The following episode of Icons is sponsored by Ireland, the official home country of Ayo Edebiri. We're mere days from the grand words,
live from New York, it's Saturday night!
Playing triumphantly on February 3rd, 2024, and audio footage of Ayo Edebiri from a 2020 episode of the podcast Scam Goddess has started to circulate online about her thoughts on Jennifer Lopez, who was the musical guest for her SNL episode.
I never knew that people didn't think I could sing. I thought I could sing.
Like, she thought that she was on... She thinks she's on multiple tracks, but it's not her. I think she thinks that she's still good, even though, she's not singing for most of these songs.
While several write-ups and opinions arrived on the clips, it would be one of many landmark moments symbolizing the turning point of Ayo's success in Hollywood. But how did we get here? Well, we have to start from the beginning. Ayo Edebiri got her start through stand-up comedy, something she began to pursue during her junior year of college while studying dramatic writing, quickly establishing her quick and modern millennial persona that people know and have come to love. Her comedy chops would inspire her to pick up her first acting role, playing the role of Stacy in a 2014 episode of the 8-part miniseries Defectives, a show which follows a romance kicked off by a mute-cute in a therapist office. She would also start landing writing credits on projects in the years that followed, eventually landing a writing gig on The Rundown with Robin Thede, a late-night show hosted by fellow comedian and former correspondent on The Nightly Show with Larry Wilmore, which aired for only one season between 2017 to 2018 on BET before being canceled by the network.
Day one, Fox News has been trolling Black Lives Matter, and it's bad. Like, Tyrese is spelling bad.
She would follow this up by becoming the staff editor for Sunnyside, an NBC sitcom that released during the 2019 to 2020 television season. She was also the sole writer for the 8th episode of the series, Too Many Lumpies, which became one of the episodes from the series to release exclusively online. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention something. Sunnyside also only lasted for a season, with NBC pulling 7 of the 11 episodes from the series off of the air, releasing them exclusively online before canceling the series outright. It would be the first network television series of the 2019 to 2020 TV season to be canceled, with NBC giving the primetime slot originally given to Sunnyside over to the final season of Will and Grace instead. While Ayo was still getting work, even if it would end up getting canceled, she still had success through her stand-up, eventually gaining the attention of Paramount, the corporation who at the time of writing owned BET, which aired The Rundown with Robin Thede, and also Comedy Central, who would approach Ayo to do a comedy set on their Comedy Central Up Next series. Her set would release on August 8th, 2019, which exploded in viewership online. Comedy Central would reach out to her again, this time pairing her up with friend and fellow comedian Rachel Sennett on the digital series Ayo and Rachel Are Single, with both writing and starring on the series, which aired in 2020. Throughout 2020, while production on many shows and films were shut down or significantly delayed due to the COVID-19 pandemic,
it's a virus, I get it, I respect it.
Ayo did have some projects released through the year beyond Ayo and Rachel Are Single. That included her film debut in Cooper Raife's coming-of-age dramedy Shithouse in an uncredited role, her second acting role in romance drama film Cicada, a co-host gig on the Iconography podcast with Olivia Craighead, a recurring role as Frances on Worthy Kids web series Big Top Burger, and would also join the writing staff of Netflix Big Mouth during the show's 4th season. While a part of the Big Mouth team, a cast shakeup occurred when Jenny Slate, the original voice actor Missy on the series, stepped down from the role so that it could be played by a black actress. Ayo saw an opportunity and took it, auditioning and eventually being announced as the new voice actress of Missy in August of 2020. In 2021, she would star in 2 films and 2 series. On the film front, she would star in the lockdown-centered romance film As of Yet, which had its debut at the Tribeca Film Festival on June 11, 2021 to mostly positive reception, as well as Zoe Lister-Jones and Daryl Ween's apocalyptic comedy film How It Ends, which premiered at Sundance Film Festival to mixed reception and was eventually picked up by MGM's American International Pictures, releasing it exclusively through video-on-demand platforms on July 20, 2021. As for television, Ayo both starred in and was a staff writer for the Apple TV Plus series Dickinson, writing for 2 episodes for the series' 2nd and 3rd seasons, and starring as spiritual medium and maid Hattie in the series. Additionally, she starred in the first episode of BJ Novak's anthology series The Premise, alongside Tracy Ellis Ross, Jermaine Fowler, and Ben Platt, which released through FX on Hulu. While Dickinson was a success and Ayo's appearance on the show received praise by audiences, The Premise was canceled after 1 season and was removed from Disney's streaming platforms due to attempts at cost-cutting. Despite all of this, her biggest successes would be right ahead of her in the year of 2022. In 2022, Ayo Edebiri would kick off her acting year appearing in the season 2 premiere of Pause with Sam J, a variety talk show that released on HBO Max. She would follow this up with her most acclaimed role to date, starring in the role of Sydney Adamu on FX and Hulu's The Bear, with her character being a young chef who serves as Carmi's sous chef in the series. The show has received critical and commercial acclaim, building momentum for Edebiri and her co-star Jeremy Allen White in time for awards season, which was disrupted in part due to 2023 Writers Guild of America and SAG-AFTRA strikes, and the blunders of studios giving actors and writers their fair share in allowing production on films and series and award shows to really work during awards season. This led to Ayo being nominated for only a Gotham Independent Film Award for her performance in The Bear in 2022. While her momentum was building with The Bear, Edebiri also starred in the Netflix romantic dramedy Hello, Goodbye, and Everything in Between, in the role of Stella, one of the friends of lead character Claire, played by Talia Ryder, and also wrote episodes for both What We Do in the Shadows for FX and Craig of the Creek for Cartoon Network. 2023 would see Ayo take on both more projects and more awards, with her winning an Independent Spirit Award, Dorian TV Award, Astra TV Award, and a Primetime Emmy Award, all for her performance in The Bear, with many more nominations. Also receiving an Astra Award for Best Writing in a Broadcast Series for her episode of What We Do in the Shadows. On the acting front, she would make a guest appearance in ABC's Abbott Elementary as Aisha Teagues, Janine's sister on the show, a role that would win her an Astra Creative Arts Award for Best Guest Appearance in a Comedy Series. She would also make TV appearances in Mel Brooks and Hulu's History of the World Part 2, Disney Channel's Kif, Netflix's I Think You Should Leave with Tim Robinson, Black Mirror, and interactive special We Lost Our Human. She would later join the cast of the Clone High sequel series for HBO Max as the role of Harriet Tubman, and a recurring role in Netflix's Mulligan and voice roles. Additionally, she would join Adult Swim's The Eric Andre Show as a creative consultant that same year. On the film front, she would star in the mockumentary comedy film Theater Camp as a theater camp counselor. The film would premiere at Sundance Film Festival and would be picked up by Searchlight Pictures in theaters, earning positive critical reception and grossing $4.6 million against an undisclosed budget. She would follow this up with Bottoms, a satirical comedy film directed by Emma Seligman and co-written by friend Rachel Sennett, who starred in the film alongside Edebiri as high school seniors who start a fight club and attempt to hook up with their cheerleading crushes. Bottoms would premiere at South by Southwest before being picked up and released by MGM, gaining critical and positive audience reactions and grossing $13.6 million against an $11.3 million budget. She would then star in The Sweet East, a surrealist film starring as a director, with the film having its premiere at Cannes Film Festival before releasing in a limited theatrical release on December 1st, 2023 by Utopia. She would make a cameo in Sony's Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse as one of Gwen's bandmates and would also star as April O'Neil in Paramount's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, with all three performances having generally positive reactions. 2024 saw her rise to even bigger heights, with her roles as Envy in Inside Out 2 as well as Paula in Omniloop, as well as her booking acting gigs for upcoming films like Mark Anthony Green's music cult horror film Opus, starring alongside John Malkovich for A24, political comedy Ella McKay for 20th Century Studios, and Luca Guadagnino's school thriller After the Hunt starring Julia Roberts and Andrew Garfield for MGM. She also continued to garner more critical acclaim and awards, winning a Golden Globe, Critics' Choice Award, Screen Actors Guild Award, and an NAACP Image Award for her performance in The Bear. But 2024 also saw the fruits of her labor come in conflict with some of her personal and creative liberties. As she rose in prominence, many fans would discover her Letterboxd profile, which had cinephiles worried that, like other celebrities who have attempted to use the platform casually, the public and the industry would run them off the platform out of fears that talent-giving reviews and ratings on other people's projects may offend them if their ratings aren't always positive, and as a result, potentially cause them to lose out on projects. But Edebiri has defended her use of the platform and how she reviews and logs films accordingly. These conversations would simmer down as Ayo Edebiri prepared to host Saturday Night Live for the very first time, alongside musical guest Jennifer Lopez, who would be performing songs from her latest album, This Is Me Now. Now, let's bring this all together. We're mere days from the grand words. Live from New York, it's Saturday night, playing triumphantly on February 3rd, 2024, and audio footage of Ayo Edebiri from a 2020 episode of the podcast Scam Goddess has started to circulate online about her thoughts on Jennifer Lopez, who was the musical guest for her SNL episode. Live on her SNL episode during a sketch, Ayo would address her podcast comments with a joke by saying,
Okay, we get it. It's wrong to leave mean comments or post comments just for clout or run your mouth on a podcast and you don't consider the impact because you're 24 and stupid. But I think I speak for everyone when I say from now on, we're going to be a lot more thoughtful about what we post online.
And this moment shows why Ayo Edebiri is an icon. In the digital age where anyone can become famous, it's very important for people to move with grace and stand tall in their actions and show their humanity. And through her acting, comedy performances, writing, and her diplomatic reputation as the Princess of Ireland, she has shown that she is funny, well-talented, and, most importantly, an icon.